If we're losing points in the cyber cafe, it's for one of the following 5 reasons. Reason number 1, we didn't do the cyber cafe. We don't do the cyber cafe, we get a 0. Number 2, we didn't do all of the coffee talks. Okay, we got to do all the coffee talks. All right, if you neglected to do coffee talk number 3, well, maybe you lost 30 points or so. Number 3, if you do all the coffee talks but you neglect a sub-question or 2, you're going to lose a few points right there. So let's make sure we do all the sub-questions within each of the larger coffee talks. Number 4, gosh, what is number 4? Yes, you didn't list and describe the key teachings enough. So say for Buddhism, you might have listed the 4 Noble Truths, but you could have gone a bit deeper. So for example, for Noble Truth number 1, life is suffering. Well, what is suffering? What types of suffering are there in the world? Physical suffering, mental suffering, and so on. Okay, imagine you have like a magnifying glass and you got to hold up the magnifying glass closer and closer to each of the questions and really give your readers, a really good view of what's going on. Okay, Noble Truth number 4 is to follow the Eightfold Path. Well, what are each of the components of the Eightfold Path? What are the 8 stones that we use to get ourselves to nirvana? Okay, what does right livelihood mean? You might have said right livelihood, but we need to unpack what it means. It means, not having a job that, harms people, that harms animals, that harms the environment, and so on. Go into depth a little more. Okay. Number 5, you didn't do your 2 reply posts. So we have to reply to 2 of our peers, and you can reply to me as well to get credit for your 2 reply posts, okay? So keep these 5 things in mind. If you want to talk about something specifically, you can always pick up the phone and call me. I prefer not to type things out. I have a tsunami of papers and exams to grade. I teach for multiple institutions. It's always easier to do a phone call, and we can talk things out in, 5 minutes or less. Okay, so it's a huge time saver probably for you and definitely also for me. So there's a brief 1-2 on grading feedback.